The Battle of Bouvines on July 27, 1214, was the culminating event of the 1213 to 1214 war between France and a coalition consisting of the Holy Roman Empire, the County of Flanders, and England. The war resulted from conflicting dynastic ambitions. King John of England had inherited large holdings in France as a result of his father Henry II, as marriage to Eleanor of Aquitaine. John's so-called Angevin Empire consisted of most of present-day Western France. He wanted to expand his holdings in France, while the nominal King of France, Philippe II of the Capetian dynasty in Paris, sought to control nearby territories nominally belonging to England. Upset by John's marriage to Isabella of Angoulême, Philippe summoned his vassal John to Paris. John's ancestor, William, Count of Normandy and conqueror of England in 1066, had been a vassal of the French king. When John refused to come to Paris, Philippe went on the offensive. During 1204-1206, Philippe led French forces in conquering Normandy, Brittany, Anjou, Maine, Tournai, and Poitou. The situation was further complicated by the political machinations of Pope Innocent III, who opposed the ambitions of Holy Roman Emperor Otto IV in Italy. King Philippe, who had his own differences with Innocent, nonetheless supported him against Otto. The war began in 1212. An English naval victory at Damme in 1213 initially blocked Philippe VI's effort to control Flanders, and the Allies then planned a two-pronged invasion of France. English forces under John were to attack in the southwest, while coalition forces under Otto delivered the main blow from the northeast. As it worked out, John posed no threat, failing to rally support in Aquitaine. Philippe sent forces under his son Louis to contain John, while he took the bulk of his troops against the principal Allied thrust in the northeast. There, Otto had put together a coalition that included forces of the Counts of Flanders and Boulogne, as well as the leading feudal nobility of the Netherlands and Lorraine. To forestall an invasion of his own territory, Philippe moved into Flanders. During March to July 1214, at the head of 11,000 cavalry and 25,000 infantry, Philippe consistently outmaneuvered Otto's larger force, 11,000 cavalry and 60,000 infantry. With German and Flemish reinforcements coming up, Otto sought to get astride Philippe's line of communications between Tournai in Flanders and Paris. Philippe had previously dispatched 8,000 men to garrison Tournai and a like number to garrison the nearby city of Douai. To prevent the English and Flemish from joining forces, Philippe pretended to retreat toward Paris. This maneuver lured Otto into pursuing him east of the town of Bouvines, near Tournai, where Philippe had wanted to bring the battle. With his cavalry-heavy force, Philippe had chosen the terrain as ideally suited for cavalry operations, in which his better-trained horsemen would have the advantage. The infantry on both sides were indifferently trained and armed. In the battle that followed, the French won a decisive victory. Otto was captured along with most of the Flemish count, William of Ypres, and the English, though their numbers were greatly exaggerated by contemporaries, suffered heavy casualties. The French victory at Bouvines ended the immediate threat to Philippe's throne and established him as the dominant power in northern France. It also demonstrated the waning of royal authority in England. King John's reputation, already tarnished by his policies in England, was further undermined by his inability to make good his threat to French territories. On July 27, 1214, Otto came upon the French already in line of battle and hastily deployed the imperial forces to meet them. The Allied left wing was held by Flemish knights under Count Ferrad, while in the center were the imperial infantry under Otto IV, recently crowned Holy Roman Emperor. On the right wing, Count of Boulogne-Renaud de Dampmartin led the imperial forces, which also included a small contingent of English. The French left consisted of knights and infantry from Soissons, while in the center, containing the bulk of his infantry, was Philippe, Count of Paris and brother of the reigning French king. The right was held largely by knights from Champagne. The battle began when infantry from Soissons on the French left attacked the imperial right wing, but the Flemish knights, reinforced by German pikemen, drove them back. This caused the French royal household cavalry to ride to the rescue. Soon a fierce melee developed in which each side hacked away at the other. The battle seesawed back and forth. At one point, Philippe even found himself surrounded and in mortal danger. Despite being outnumbered, superior French discipline and training, especially in the cavalry, proved the difference. While Philippe's right flank horsemen under Guérin the Hospitaller held off the more numerous imperial cavalry, he utilized the bulk of his horsemen to mount converging attacks against the center of the imperial line. Eventually, this caused it to give way. However, the battle was still in doubt. And while it is unknown what exactly caused it, perhaps realizing the hopelessness of the situation, Otto fled the field. This hastened a general imperial collapse. Philippe was then able to concentrate on the imperial right under Dampmartin. Although the small English force there distinguished itself and inflicted heavy casualties, the battle was soon over. French casualties are unknown, but were said to have been lighter than those of the coalition. The number of imperial infantry killed is unknown, but 170 of their knights died, while 140 other knights and 1,000 infantry were taken prisoner. The Battle of Bouvines effectively gave France control of the Low Countries. Philippe II, now recognized as Philippe Auguste or Philippe Augustus, became the most powerful of European rulers, and France now was the leading nation of medieval Europe. Conversely, the war marked the beginning of the decline of the Holy Roman Empire and revealed the inability of the German states to resist outside incursions. Otto IV was replaced as emperor by Frederick II, Stupor Mundi of Sicily. Finally, King John of England, already unpopular at home because of his poor leadership, heavy taxes and unsuccessful wars, was forced to sign the Magna Carta, which restricted royal power.